My name is Mr. Stone, and I'm the Visual and Performing Arts Coordinator for Bakersfield City School District. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Music in Our Schools Week Assembly. This is the assembly where you meet your music teacher. You'll learn how to play an instrument here at Casa Loma School. So I'm going to get the program started by asking that you notice the sign has a bunch of words on it here. Those are some of the things during the assembly I want you to think about that you can learn from music. And actually, it's a great poster. It's kind of cool. Just take a look at that when you can. I'd like to begin the program by introducing the music teachers, and I'm going to introduce your music teacher last. So hold your applause until we get to her. From this side, we have Miss Walker, Miss Muma, Miss Tipton, Mr. Zelinka, Mr. Engel, and Mr. Sorensen. In the back row, we have Mr. Anthony, Mr. Chrisman, Mr. Olmos, Mr. French. Back here on the bass, we have Mr. Stratemeyer, and a special visitor to Casa Loma School, the owner of Rusty's Pizza, professional percussionist playing all the drum set back there is Miss Cindy Hicks. Would you give her a big hand, Miss Hicks? Thank you. And finally, boys and girls, your wonderful, wonderful music teacher who loves Casa Loma School, I know very, very much, has lots of children participating. Would you give Miss Redstone a big hand?
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Well, I think we have some third graders here. Do we have any third graders? Raise your hand. Okay, awesome. Great, put your hands down. So this song is especially for you. We're going to play the flutophone, and you'll get to play flutophone this year with me. Once a week we'll do a flutophone lesson. And those of you that have flutophone already, this will be a good memory for you. So the theme of our show is Star Wars, and we're going to play the Star Wars theme.
Today is to get you 4th and 5th graders to play a musical instrument right here at Casa Loma School, and this is Redstone. And it's hard to make a choice. Which one is it that you would like to play? You're thinking in your mind right now. And we're going to help you make up your mind by showing you all the different instruments that you can play and divide them into families. The first family is the percussion family. So any instrument that you strike, like these beautiful bells, Mrs. Hicks playing, the snare drum back there, you can play those right here at Casa Loma. As a matter of fact, I think you can get a head start today, and you might get to play an instrument right now. So if you would like to join us on our next song, raise your hand, you can play along. Right?
Now we're going to move on to the woodwind family. On the end, you'll see the flutes. Next to them, we have the clarinets. And, of course, the saxophone. All right. Sit down. These silly woodwind players are going to play the Cantina Band music from Star Wars.
And now, boys and girls, what you've all been waiting for is the brass family, of course. And in the brass family, we have the trumpet, we have the sliding trombones, and the baritone horn. And here is, from Star Wars, the Imperial March.
Instrument family that we'd like to share with you is the string family. The string family is all our instruments that have 4 strings. They all look about the same, but they come in different sizes. So first we have the violins you might want to choose, or the cellos. They're my favorite. And way in the back, the string bass, which is even more cool. We have a song we're going to do for you called El Toro. And maybe if you check out the hats here, you can figure out what it's about.
The next piece we'd like to do is called De Colores.
Part of the program where we tell you how you can get involved in music. And if you haven't been in music before, you should be getting a green letter like this one pretty soon from your teacher. This is 4th and 5th grade students that want to enroll in music. And what you'll need to do is give this letter to your parents after you've circled your favorite instruments on the back, and then have them call the school to make an appointment with me to get you signed up for music. If you were in music last year, 5th graders, you don't need to have your parents call the school again to make an appointment. You're already enrolled in music. So I will meet with you in about a week and we'll talk about getting started. And what we have next is a fun song and dance to do to help you remember what to do if you want to get involved in music this year.
Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Come on, sing out so bad. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. And I said, no, I can do a little magic. I feel I just let the music come from my soul. So all of you students can play on the floor. Oh yeah, got a brand new dance. Got a moving muscle, brand new dance. It doesn't matter if you're young or you're old. Oh, we're gonna show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, hey, kick, 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 kick. Now walk it out. Bass cello violin, bass cello violin, violin. Okay, okay. Bass cello violin, violin.
All right, good job, Casa Loma.
girls, at this time in our program, I want you to take a look at this sign right here to your left. And I want to recognize the music teachers because you probably don't know this, but for 3 years in a row, all of our Bakersfield City School District music teachers have earned an award. It's a national award called the NAM Foundation Best Community for Music Education Award. Could you give a hand to the music teachers for all the great work they do? Well, you probably know there's a new movie coming out in December of this year, and this movie is about and part of the Star Wars series. So in order to prepare you for this movie in December of 2015, we're going to go ahead and play for you a recap of all the Star Wars movies that have come before so that you're ready come December. So this is our version of the Star Wars medley.
Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, bad guys were chasing good guys in outer space. Once upon a time, there was a boy who lived in the desert.
Hi, I live in the desert.
The desert was very boring, so he wanted to have a big adventure. Then he met a couple of robots.
Hi.
And he decided to go save the galaxy and a pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Hurry, R2-D2, take these super secret plans to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, it's working.
So they all went to look for the crazy old man who lives in the desert. That's me.
Oh, hey.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
Help her, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're her only hope.
I told the boy his dad was a Jedi Knight, and I gave him a really cool magic sword. Then it was time to go into space, but first they needed a ship and a captain.
Hi, I'm looking for a captain with a ship.
I'm a captain with a ship.
Great, you're hired.
All right.
Well, that guy seemed cool, plus he had a really cool hairy sidekick. So they all went to the planet Alderaan, but it exploded.
Uh-oh.
So they went to the Death Star instead. They got chased by some bad guys.
Ah!
They saved the pretty girl. Woo!
Ah!
I died.
Ah!
And they all got away.
Hey! I'm sure glad we got away from that Death Star.
Hey, did you hear we're gonna go attack that Death Star?
To attack that Death Star, you're gonna have to make an impossible shot into a hole the size of a grapefruit.
I'll do it. Wait, how in the world am I gonna make an impossible shot into a hole the size of a grapefruit?
Use the Force, Luke.
All right.
The Force. Awesome. Good job.
He did it.
Luke Skywalker, I ordered this medal for making an impossible shot into the whole size of a grapefruit. Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And everyone lived happily ever after. But wait, there's more. The good guys just blew up the Empire's Death Star.
Yay!
Now the Empire's striking back.
Oh!
Everything was going great until the bad guys found the secret base and messed everything up. The captain and the pretty girl and the hairy sidekick hid in some space rocks, while the boy went to learn how to be a real Jedi Knight, just like his dad.
Master Yoda, I'm here to train to be a Jedi Knight just like my dad.
Ready, you are not.
Oh, please.
Oh, all right. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force, Luke. Oh, brother. Luke, use the Force! You know what Force is?
I get it.
Oh, brother. Some people are just impossible.
The boy wasn't a very good Jedi. Meanwhile, the ship almost got eaten by a big monster. They flew to Cloud City, where the captain saw his best friend in the entire galaxy. Oh, sorry, not you, Chewbacca. I guess it was his second best friend. But the friend betrayed them. Then the boy arrived to save the day.
I'm here to save the day!
He was a little bit late, and Han Solo got frozen in carbonite.
What? Oh no!
The good guys were in a whole lot of trouble. Maybe they should have practiced more. The boy got some very surprising news about his dad.
I am the father.
What?
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
No thanks. Whew. I didn't see that coming. Guess I'll just have to jump into this reactor shaft or something.
I got the strange sense that Luke threw himself into the reactor shaft. That's so weird. And strange powers. Maybe Darth Vader's my father too. Oh, he needs help. Okay, let's get him out.
Huh. Thanks for the rescue and all, but Darth Vader got away.
And Han is frozen in carbonite.
Wow, this doesn't look like a very good ending, does it?
No, it doesn't. But maybe it'll make sense in the next movie.
Ah, right, there's another one.
In this movie, they didn't live so happily ever after, especially the captain.
Is he really frozen?
The captain has been frozen in carbonite, so his friends went to go rescue him. They're not doing a very good job. It didn't go so well, so they tried a different plan.
You missed!
That didn't go so well either.
Look, there's a button. Unfreeze. Oh.
Fortunately, Leia found the right buttons, and it all worked out.
Yay!
Unfortunately, the bad guys were building a new Death Star. And so, the boy and his friends went on a secret mission to go blow it up again. This time they got caught by a bunch of man-eating teddy bears. The teddy bears then became their new friends.
Yay!
Meanwhile, the boy spent the day with his dad. But up in space, it was a trap.
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
But the teddy bears fixed things.
Yay!
And the boy's dad saved the day.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
And the Death Star exploded again.
Again!
This time, they all lived happily ever after. Except for you. You're dead.
Well, at least I'm a super cool Jedi.
And we're in love!
So what do we do next?
How about a sequel in December 2015?
Well, boys and girls, did you enjoy the Music in Our Schools Week Assembly? All right, how about we give one more round of applause to all the music teachers for music in our schools. All right, students, you've been a great audience. Really, really exciting. How many of you, show me with your hands, in 4th or 5th grade would like to play in Miss Redstone's music program? Wonderful. And hands down? 3rd graders, would you raise your hands quietly? 3rd graders, hands down, please. Remember, you will automatically play the flutophone instrument. That's going to be a lot of fun. Well, boys and girls, this ends our assembly. You have some amazing teachers. I've known many of your teachers for a long time. Would you give them and your principal, Mr. Miller, a big hand for all the work they do for you? Casa Loma is a wonderful school, wonderful school.